And here are all the parts now primed. As you can see there, looks pretty nice. Nice and smooth, especially on specific parts that I... Well, this one I didn't have to worry about sanding down too much. This one I was a bit worried, but it came out pretty nice. There was another part here that was like giving me trouble. I think this one, but it looks like it came out okay. Everything else came out okay. So yeah, these parts are now primed. I did not use Mr. Finisher Surfacer 1500, even though this is a great primer. I wanted to try something different. And I've been noticing a lot of guys on Facebook, especially one individual by the name of Spider2K2, suggested he uses this White Primer and Microfiller from Alclad 2. I went to F&M Hobbies, that's in Denville, $8.95, decent price I believe, for a large amount of bottle. This is pre-thin primer. Never used this before, but after today, it looks pretty well. I like it. Of course, even though it's white, and the white with pinkish gives it a white pinkish color, I'm hoping that when I repaint the other colors onto this, it'll, you know, I don't have that problem. Speaking of the colors, let me discuss which colors I'm going to use. Now, this section here represents the yellow. I'll be painting it number 4 yellow. This section here will be painted number 5 blue. I was actually planning on using, I did mention before, I was going to do metallic colors because I had the metallic blue and the metallic red. But I said, you know what, let's keep it a consistent kit. I don't want it to be flashy. So we'll decide to use that. Then going on to the Ootori pack and the red part and the other parts that will represent the red. I came across a few things that I was kind of a bit worried. If you look at here, you'll notice that there's quite a few parts of red, especially around the trim parts here. That represents the blade. Thrusters, which of course will be painted. Now, as you can see, the red is a darker shade of tone, unlike the regular tone of red that comes on the trims of the feet. So let me just pull this guy out. On the feet, and on the waist, and of course on the head jewel. At first, I'm thinking maybe this is how it's supposed to be looking like, since it's the color scheme of the Strike Rouge Ootori pack. But then again, I said, well, the Ootori pack was probably separate and added on later on, so it's not going to be consistent with, of course, the regular Strike Rouge. So it has to be a separate unit on its own. Therefore, I have decided. At first, I was going to paint them both red, all red, or all the same red color, but I'm going to separate that. So the parts that represent the parts that goes onto the Strike Gundam, I'll paint it shine red, number 79. But as for the parts for the Ootori, rosette, the same color paint that I used on my 1/500 scale Space Battleship Yamato. So, with that being said, let's try this again. These are all the parts before painting, and here are all the parts finally painted, the colors that should be. The blue, the yellow, and the 2 different types of red. And to understand what I'm referring to, I'll pull out these 2 to show the difference. I don't know if you can see the difference here in the lighting, but yeah, one's darker than the other. Usually in the light, when you're airbrushing, you miss a few things here and there, and right now I think this one needs another pass. This one's a little too light. I believe this one's okay. Yeah, that looks okay. And I don't see any problems here. The only thing, of course, is when I work on the next color of parts, which is the black, and this is the one of the wings. Remember, there is a sticker that goes on this. You could see it right here. There's a yellow trim here and here. You know, for some odd reason, I thought it was red trim. Oh, I saw the red trim here on the gun. Alright, I guess it's no big deal. So yeah, that is a yellow trim. So I thought maybe I would have to do that. Oh, that's alright. I could probably retouch up the red again if I have to later on. But yeah, I'm completed with that. Here's the yellow. Yeah, the yellow came out okay. One looks, I guess, even enough. Here it is, of course. It'll go on the shield. Here's the front part of this. Yeah, for some unknown reason, it has this glossy look to it, and I don't know why it comes out like that. I'm trying to make it flat. Hopefully, when I dull coat it, it'll even out a bit. But this, the red parts here, the shine red, came out really nice and clean. But yeah, the red one I almost forgot to do, because I forgot that it was supposed to be. I mean, it's actually originally black, but now you know, I painted it to be consistent with the actual kit, well, the actual, excuse me, of the Strike Gundam. I'm now in the preparation of priming the gray parts, as you can see here. And again, maybe this is something that not many people realize. There are 3 tones of gray. There is, and let me pull out some examples here. Actually, no, there's not 3 types of gray. That's it's incorrect. We have black. We have the normal gray that you see in this kit, and then there is the one that I just put to the side so I could show you. Oh, here it is. Then you have this tone of a gray, which is not black. It's darker than gray, yet it's lighter than black. So I know this one is going to be normal black. This one I'm thinking of maybe I have to search for the true tone of this. Well, I'll probably do this gunmetal, and this one I'll either do neutral gray or German gray. I think I have dark gray, but I'll have to double check. So yeah, this is what I got. Let me prime this and then show off the results. Alright, as you can see here, I'm waiting for certain parts to dry. As I said before, there were 3 colors that I had to paint. First up was the darker color, the one that was on the Strike Rouge or Rouge, and I painted it all using Alclad's to gunmetal. Dried out pretty well. Just taking a look at it right now, making sure everything came out okay. I keep forgetting how well the gunmetal looks on this, on painting, you know, painting parts. Then I moved on to the parts that were on the Ootori, painting it the NATO. What the hell was that? Excuse me. The NATO black, which is a different type of tone of black, but it's all right. It's a little different than this one here, almost a little greenish in a way, but I'll probably give it another pass or something like that. Who knows? We'll see what happens. During the course of painting this, I also was reminded of the fact that while I was looking at the manual, certain other parts needed to be painted black, and one of them was, of course, the missiles. As you can see here, I painted the rear and the front part of it black. And I'm going to remove one of these. So it came out okay. And I might as well do the other ones. this one. There we go. So it's looks okay. I believe you have to slide this one like this. There we go. So you have the missile, the triple missile pox painted well. The only thing is I know that I have to paint this part yellow, so I may do that next. And speaking of yellow, which now I think I may have to put more tape on this. Going back to the Ootori pack, here are the wing trim parts, as you can see here. But for those of you who don't remember, in the manual, and as a matter of fact I have it here, so let me show it to you. You see there's a yellow trim part here, which is, of course, you put on a one of the stickers on. But no, I am not going to put the sticker on this. Oh no, not this. Instead, I took the time and started working on this, putting on, you know, some Tamiya tape, Tamiya masking tape, so I can spray a fine spray of yellow around the edges here. I'm doing it on this, which I have to cover that, and I just finished with this one, with the other wing. So I got a few others to do, and now once I'm done with this, I'm going to start putting on tape on this to cover up the black, everything from here around it, and then just paint this section yellow as per what's on this. So this is what it looks like before painting.